Hello everyone, Juxtaposition here. Today's video will be entitled Noam Chomsky, Woody Allen, and Jeffrey Epstein. Alright, now I also could have named this video Three Blind Mice. I also could have named this video The Three Stooges with Noam Chomsky playing Curly, the bald-headed buffoon. I could have named Woody Allen, not his real name. I could have named him Larry, the frizzy-haired imbecile. Or then I could have named Jeffrey Epstein Moe, who is the leader of the Three Blind Mice. Oh yeah. Anyway, there's just such a rich treasure trove here. We've got all Jewish people involved with military intelligence services. Noam Chomsky from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and building his entire intelligence military career at Massachusetts Institute of Technology in Boston, Massachusetts. And I believe he's now on a research private university in New Mexico where hopefully he will fade away. You know, like General Douglas MacArthur, supposed to fade away. Although Noam Chomsky was not a great soldier, so he'll probably go kicking and screaming with his face diaper and his triple boosted jab. It's probably time for another booster there, Noam. Avram Noam Chomsky. Go get a booster. Anyway, let's talk a little bit about the Larry character, Woody Allen. Woody Allen, not his real name. His real name is Alan Stewart Konigsberg. Alan Stewart Konigsberg was born November 30th, 1935. According to Wikipedia, he's quite the celebrated, gifted filmmaker. He's an American filmmaker, actor, and comedian, unfunny comedian, whose career spans more than 6 decades. He's received many accolades, including he holds the record for the most Academy Award for Best Original Screenplay nominations with 16. He has won 4 Academy Awards. He's won 9 BAFTA Awards. In case you don't know what that means, it's British Academy of Film Award. He's won 9 of those. He's won 2 Golden Globe Awards. He won a Grammy Award. And he's received nominations for an Emmy Award and a Tony Award. Woody Allen, aka Alan Stewart Konigsberg, was nominated for an honorary Golden Lion in 1995. He was awarded a Directors Guild of America Lifetime Achievement Award also in 1995. He has a lot of honorary awards. I don't really want to talk about the guy. He's a schmuck. In Yiddish, Alan Stewart Konigsberg, Woody Allen, is a total schmuck. You do know he poached, then had sex, and then later married the adopted daughter of his then wife, Mia Farrow. Now, Mia Farrow is a train wreck. She went off with the Beatles and Mike Love to the Maharishi in the Doris Duke funded British intelligence transcendental meditation retreat in India. This is after she finished filming Rosemary's Baby at the Dakota, where John Lennon would later be murdered by Jose Perdomo in the lobby. Jose Perdomo works for CIA. He's part of a paramilitary assassination team, Operation 40. He came from Cuba, where Jose Menendez came from, Cuba, where Jeffrey Bezos' stepfather, Miguel Bezos, came from Santiago, Cuba, where Fidel Castro and his brother Raul came from Santiago, Cuba, which is really sort of part of Guantanamo Bay, United States Marines Navy facility. Santiago, Cuba, is on the perimeter fence line of Guantanamo Bay, which stretches 50 miles square. Woody Allen, not his real name. It's just so difficult to get into the whole can of worms. All I wanted to do with today's video is link Avram Noam Chomsky, whose applied linguistics weaponization of the English language, and his solution to his fake history lectures is to vote Democrat. The end of all Noam Chomsky's lectures are to promote voting and vote Democrat, which is the same thing as voting for Trump. It's the same thing as voting for Joe Biden. It's the same thing as voting for a steroid beauty queen, Austrian Nazi, Rothschild-sponsored Arnold Schwarzenegger. In other words, it makes no difference whatsoever. Ron DeSantis, Gavin Newsom, Nancy Pelosi, Andrew Cuomo, there's not 1 millimeter worth of difference between all those people. They're not intelligent. They're not in charge. They have no authority. We're under maritime law. Bankers are running the show, and it's a private meeting, and you're not invited. None of your business. Got it? So there's not a lot to be gained by studying Noam Chomsky other than just deleting and ignoring him. There's nothing to be learned from Woody Allen other than he's a child predator. And Jeffrey Epstein, I mean, he has the moniker of child predator, but let's be honest, he's been disappeared. Now, I don't know if he's dead or alive or what. I haven't seen a body. I haven't seen the death certificate. I haven't seen the medical exam. And I personally can tell you that there is zero possibility that Jeffrey Epstein could suicide himself in the county jail, let alone the maximum security jail in New York, Manhattan. That's impossible. Could he be murdered? Absolutely. Of course he could be murdered. Or he could just be spirited out of the facility and sent to one of the many pedophile islands that are throughout this world. He could be on Fox Island in Lake Michigan for all I know. He could be anywhere. He could be in Hollywood. Anyway, I just wanted you to know that there was an article published back in April of this year, 2023, that linked Avram Noam Chomsky with Jeffrey Epstein's appointment book and booking flights to connect Noam Chomsky over to New York City where he could attend a film with Woody Allen. So it appears that Noam Chomsky is a pal of pedophilia artist Woody Allen, who's tried to pick up every single underage child on his movie set. If you don't believe me, just ask Miriam Hemingway about that. He tried to take her to Paris. You can go ahead and deny it, but there's a lot of witnesses, okay? So look at all the connections you have with CIA directors, Goldman and Sachs lawyers, bankers, Harvard University, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, Woody Allen, Noam Chomsky, Jeffrey Epstein. They're all associated with the prime ministers of Israel, who are controlled by the Mossad. They are interwoven. None of this is a surprise to me, people. I've been to the Bohemian Club. I've been to the Bohemian Grove, where I've seen personally and had a cocktail with the president of the World Bank. And sitting beside him was George Shultz, who was Secretary of State at the time during the Ronald Reagan years, the professional actor that you know as Ronald Reagan. And Caspar Weinberger was there in the room, also sipping his martini. And then I had Phil Harris, who's a Jack Benny, Jewish comedian partner with CBS and RCA Radio. And there they are. They're all together. So you have Hollywood, and you have Radio New York, and you have the World Bank president from Washington, D.C., but also was a CEO of a major commercial bank before he was the World Bank president. And then I have the head of CIA State Department offices for all CIA embassies throughout the world. And I have the Department of Defense, who was formerly the executive vice president and general counsel for the Bechtel Corporation. And George Shultz was the CEO president of the Bechtel Construction Company, which is a military contractor. So why would I be surprised that they all commingle? I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. What I wonder is what's going on with the predator children thing. I haven't personally witnessed it, but I'm aware that it, seems to be going on. And these are great questions for Noam Chomsky, because maybe he knows more about it than I do. I'll bet he does. And I'll bet Woody Allen, not his real name, Alan Stewart Konigsberg, he probably should be in a prison cell somewhere for child pedophilia felony crimes. And Jeffrey Epstein, I don't know if he's dead or alive. I don't know where he is. Maybe he's with Tom Hanks and Mia Farrow somewhere. I don't know. And Anne Heche, because she went missing too. I'll post the links below, and you can read the quotations of the lame denials of Avram Noam Chomsky, where he actually confirms things that were rumored. So Noam Chomsky has made no secret that he is a friend of Woody Allen and Jeffrey Epstein, who are both associated with pedophilia. And that's Noam Chomsky. That's your applied linguistics dunderhead. Yep. MIT graduated the current Prime Minister of Israel, by the way. So alumni of MIT. Also, no, don't forget that Sam Bankman-Fried has a master's degree and an undergraduate degree from MIT, and that Doug Leone, who was the managing director of Sequoia Capital, who funded FTX, he has a master's degree from the Sloan Business School at MIT. So MIT should be really humiliated by the fact that they're associated with FTX, they're associated with Woody Allen through Noam Chomsky, they're associated with Jeffrey Epstein and the Prime Minister of Israel. What a disgrace. I think it's pretty fair to say that Harvard and Stanford and the University of California systems and the University of Philadelphia and Yale and Princeton are not universities at all. They're military intelligence indoctrination centers, as well as money laundering facilities, because they all have endowment funds and grants that are all kept top secret, right? And they're all affiliated with all of the big banks. So I'm going to call it what it is. It's not just strip clubs and burlesque. It's not just casinos and Hollywood theaters. It's the biggest, most expensive universities in the world that are involved in concealment of the sources and uses of money. And where you have Woody Allen, an unfunny comedian, spending time with an unfunny applied linguistics maven, Noam Chomsky, with a Jeffrey Epstein who went missing. Three blind mice. See how they run. Let me just recite to you what I'm going to have to do this from memory. It looks like my computer locked up. All right, three blind mice. See how they run. They all ran over to the farmer's house. She cut off their tails with a carving knife. Let me repeat that. Let me repeat that. That's worth repeating, don't you think? I think it's worth repeating. If my computer would just keep up with me. Three blind mice, see how they run, see how they run. They all ran after the farmer's wife, who cut off their tails with a carving knife. Did you ever see such a sight in your life as three blind mice? Noam Chomsky, Woody Allen, not his real name, Jeffrey Epstein. See how they run. When you confront them with truths, you know what? They're cowards. They deny, they obfuscate, they use sophistry. How do you like that word there, applied linguistics, Noam Chomsky? You're a sophistry stooge. You're Curly of the Three Stooges. All right. Have a great day. Share my videos, like and subscribe. Take care. Bye-bye.